coracoacromial ligament. That's all you need to know. I'm going to summarize this book written by a medical doctor, an orthopedic surgeon named John Kirsch. And he wrote a very famous book on how to reduce shoulder pain, shoulder impingement, pinching of the muscles, rotator cuff pain, a whole sorts of things. And he did surgery on people and finally discovered he has a good cure. It's called brachiating. And that's just a fancy word for just hanging from a bar like this and stretching. How easy is that? Now, I'm going to put the link to the book down in the description down below if you want to look at it, look at reviews. You know, it was so cheap, you may as well just buy the book. But essentially, there's a ligament that goes from underneath our collarbone to the bump right there. Can you hear that? Okay, that's the bump right there on top of the shoulder. And that ligament, from chronic posture where our shoulders are forward because we're typing and stuff like that, we're on our phones and, you know, we're spending our entire lives as adults and children, by the way, we start to lose the flexibility of this particular ligament. And this ligament can stretch. It takes time, but what you do is you start out easy by hanging. If you can't hang because it hurts too much, get your arms wider and hang like that. Then as you get better, you'll bring your arms closer to until they're right smack above you. And at first you won't be able to hang for very long. In fact, your wrists will get tired. And I actually bought some things that are like hooks that help me for my grip, even though I have good grip strength. At the end of the day, it's really actually hard because I use my hands all day. So I like those things, they're kind of nice. Anyway, you will, I'll put those links down below if you want. But anyway, you hang, and over a period of time, you get stronger and stronger, and pretty soon you can hang for about a minute, minute and a half. And that's when the magic starts to happen. That's how you cure like 90% of all shoulder problems, is just by hanging. And it's interesting because when it comes to treating the cause of a problem, very often what it boils down to in a lot of cases is our lifestyle. I mean, it really boils down to, we sit at a computer too often, we sit in chairs, we have bad posture, we have emotional stress that forms us into these positions as a protective mechanism. And I think this book is really genius. I think each chapter builds upon itself, but it kind of beats a dead horse. By the end of the book, it just keeps repeating the same story, but then it shows x-rays and CAT scans and MRIs of what he's talking about. But really, when it boils down to it, if you really just want to solve your shoulder, go to a park, find a pull-up bar, start hanging, do it every day, give it some time. And I've told patients this because there's a park literally 2 blocks away from my office that has a pull-up bar, and it's just easy. There's a pull-up bar 1 block away from my house. And so I find it very, very useful. How I incorporate it in my life is when I go cycling, as I'm coming home, I just stop at the park and just hang for a minute or two. And it feels really good. So I hope that's helpful for you. Don't have surgery on your shoulder. Don't have a decompression surgery on your shoulder, because this orthopedic surgeon is saying, look, after 30 some odd years of his practice, he discovered you probably shouldn't do it in 9 out of 10 cases. If you have bursitis, if you have a rotator cuff problem like a tendonitis, a tendinopathy, a strain, those types of things, bad posture, just start hanging. And this always solves it, doesn't it?